Good afternoon. So, Walmart, hello there, Sonia. So, Walmart is entering more or less the metaverse, you all. So, would you be willing to buy virtual merchandise from Walmart, virtual goods and services and stuff like that? Gina, honey, that's all make believe. No, it's not. It's like it is the metaverse. They have been quietly doing this, you all. Quietly do this. Listen, the system, the whole entire system has got to come crashing down, not just for Walmart. The world, the global system is going to come crashing down so it can be rebuilt. It's going to be rebuilt, you all, whether you realize it or not. I think a lot that's going on in the world is a lot of distractions of what really taking place along the scenes. So could you imagine going online, you got your little virtual things on and think, oh, I think I want to have a virtual Under Armour outfit. I think I want a virtual TV so I can have it in my virtual world. It's like virtual space on the moon and all of that kind of stuff. It sounds really strange because you cannot physically touch it. You can't physically touch it at all, you all. It's like you use virtual currency, really, kind of, sort of. If you've got like a debit card or a credit card, you can't physically hold that money, but that money is up on that card, and you can use that card to purchase things with. You can. Even though it's not physical money, think of it that way. It's sitting there. You can't see it, but you know you got it. But you go and you purchase physical goods. So could you imagine having that and purchasing a virtual goods and services for like a metaverse thing? And then you've got these big retailers that are getting in on it. I know this is a different type of a video. Okay, there went the mail carrier. Shayna, hello. Look at this, you all. So, retail giant. You all look at this. So, they're venturing into the metaverse. They're venturing into the metaverse, you all. Now, mind you, this has, I'm trying to look at the thing. This has, this is the crypto market. Look, there is a stock market, and it's called the crypto market. Look at this, just like a regular stock market, you all. You saw a video on Instagram, a virtual through furniture store, and it was a portal like doorway, and you step in and you choose what you want to purchase. Okay, you ever play this thing? There's this game that they had, I think maybe on Facebook or something. They have it to where you buy these Farmville. I remember years and years and years ago, my husband used to play it. And, you built your virtual farm, which is really strange. It was, and people are into it. They are. But we've got this, okay. Crypto and not NFTs are non-fungible tokens. Okay, crypto, we know what crypto is. Everybody thinks of crypto, it's just Bitcoin. No, it's all this other kind of stuff too. All of these other things, they're crypto too. Bitcoin is coming back up. Okay, it is. And you have Elon Musk Dogecoin. And this is not for everybody, because people say, Gina, honey, this will never happen. Oh, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. They're going to set up their own metaverse. Given how the metaverse has grown, companies have moved to have virtual versions of their businesses in the metaverse, you all. I've heard it all now. I really have. I've heard it all in the metaverse. This is basically what Walmart is doing. The retail giant filed a number of patents, 7 of them, that included one for online retail store where the retailer would offer virtual merchandise. That means it's not physical. You can't put it on your physical body. It's virtual. It's virtual. Could you imagine spending your money on something that you cannot physically put on your body? I don't know if I want to do that. I don't want to live in that world. I want to put some physical clothes on my body. I want to have some physical furniture, patio stuff to set in. I really do. I'm thinking, what kind of world are we going to live in where you have to have stuff like that? Is something going to happen to this physical world that we're living in? Think about it, you all. So it would be virtual versions of merchandise already sold by the chain, including electronics, furniture, toys, household products, etc. Could you imagine that? That's wild. That is so wild. I didn't know this. I didn't, but am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised at all. You all should not be surprised. You should not be surprised, you all. You should not. Look at this. They're developing their own crypto. So I wonder what it is, what their crypto might be. They'll have financial services, namely providing a digital currency and a digital token of value by use of members on an online community via a global computer network. A global computer network. The patent read. So look at this, you all. Look, 25% of small businesses plan to begin offering crypto payments Visa survey, you all. So this is for those who say, oh, Gina, honey, this is not going to work. We're always going to stay cash. It's all. No, this is literally in the works. This is in the work. It's happening now. People are already using stuff like this. So let's look at this, you all. Walmart strategy has been apparent since last year when it posted a seeking crypto expert to spearhead its crypto pushback in August. Additionally, Walmart partnered with Coinstar and CoinMe to install 200 Bitcoin ATMs in Walmart's physical stores across the U.S. Across the U.S. Have you been in a Walmart store where they have Bitcoins? I don't use nothing like that, but has anyone literally been in a Walmart where they have Bitcoin machines where you can get crypto stuff like that? You all, this is really serious. It is, and I'm not downplaying it at all. I'm not. This is the trademark things right here. They got it trademarked. You can see the numbers, serial number, filing date, December 30th of 2021. This has been going on all the while. This is for financial services, namely providing a digital currency and a digital token value for use by members on an online community via Global the Network. So I don't know how that... I don't know how that's going to work, you all. I really am not. I don't know how it's going to work. And then they got another one. So all the while, we got all this stuff going on in the world. And I'm not supposed to be talking about this at all, you all, because it's supposed to be hush, hush. Even though it's out there, you're not supposed to be focusing on stuff like this. You're supposed to be focusing on the negativeness that's going on in the world. Don't you know that? Focus on the negative. But all the while, this is what's happening. Online. Okay, they filed a patent for online retail store services featuring virtual merchandise, namely the electronics, appliances, indoor, outdoor furniture, home, decor, toys, sporting goods, sporting or outdoor recreation, health and beauty, personal care products, household essential apparel, patio, garden, lawn care, landscaping, home improvement products, grilling products, entertainment, recordings, video games, books and publication, musical instruments, office supplies, arts, crafts, and science. Mind you, if you're just looking, this is virtual. This is not physical. You cannot, when they do this in their virtual metaverse, you cannot physically hold this stuff. But they're making it to where you can go in the metaverse and you can purchase virtual things like that. They've got patents for it now. This is where it's headed. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. This is where it's headed, and I didn't know it, but I'm not surprised. So the metaverse is not just Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Oh no, it's much more than that. Look at this. There's a lot of these things, a lot of language in these, which shows that there is a lot of planning going on behind the scenes about how they're going to address cryptocurrency and how they're going to address the metaverse with the virtual world. And that appears to be coming. That's coming, or that's already here. It's already here, you all. Look at that. Ever since Facebook, and it's changing its names to Meta. So they, look at this, how they'll fit in a virtual world. So really, your online identity, that literally is your online identity. The digital you is more important than the physical you. That's what it's going to turn out to be. Who you are online is going to be more important than who you are as a physical human being. Really, it's going to be what you got online. I'm not going to pour my money into something like that. No, I want to be human. I want to be me. Look, Walmart, the owner of this is Walmart Apollo, LLC. Downloadable software for use in managing portfolios of digital currencies, virtual currency, cryptocurrency, digital and blockchain assets, digitalized assets, digital tokens, crypto tokens, utility tokens, downloadable software for electronic wallet services, downloadable e-wallet, you all. This is the future, whether you realize it or not. This literally is here. Look at this, you all. This is really interesting too. Nike itself has filed a slew of trademark applications in early of November of 2021, probably, for virtual branded sneakers and apparel and Roboblocks to create an online world called Nikeland. In December, it brought the virtual sneaker company RTFKT, pronounced Artifact, for an undisclosed amount, you all. Look, all of a sudden, everyone is like, this is becoming super real, and we need to make sure our IP addresses are protected from the space, you all. This is really strange. You got Gap. Started selling non-fungible fungible tokens, NFTs, of its iconic logo shirts. Virtual. You can't physically hold it. You can't. Look at this, you all. This right here. The apparel maker said that its NFTs will be priced in tiers ranging roughly from $8.30 to $415 with a physical hoodie. Oh my gosh. Under Armour, Adidas, fetching sky-high prices in the marketplace. OpenSea, Urban Outfitters, Abercrombie, and Fitch, they intend to open virtual stores too. Look at this. Some reason why they want to make their such ventures. They want to do it, you all. This is It's like the tulip bulb stock market. Do you remember the tulip bulb stock market? It was. They got the tulip bulb stock market. Tulip bulb stock market. Stock market crash, you all. If you ain't heard of that, this is really wild. It was called Tulip Mania. Tulip Mania, you all, is what it was. A golden age. Okay, let me look at this. Tulip Mania was the Dutch tulip bulb market bubble, also known as Tulip Mania, was one of the world's most famous market bubbles and crashes of all times. Look, when were tulip bulbs used as a currency, you all? Just think about this. Tulips even began to be used as a form of money in their own right in 1633. Properties were sold for handfuls of bulbs as people heard stories of acquaintances making unheard of profits simply by buying and selling tulip bulbs. So they decided to get in on the act, and the prices skyrocketed. Now that sounds really strange, but how is that any different than the virtual merchandise right now? How is it any different than what is going to happen right now, you all? Look at this. Tulip Mania. The flowers that cost more than houses. More than houses, you all. And some of this stuff, it will end up costing more than your house. It will end up costing more than your house, this virtual stuff. I wonder if people will start selling their homes, start selling their lands in exchange for something that does not even exist. Listen, let me talk about this. The emperor with no clothes. The emperor who did not have no clothes. This is exactly what it is. The emperor with no clothes. This, come on, you all, this is virtual. Those clothes did not even exist. But they fooled that emperor into believing that he had the most finest of clothes, and he got on his horse and he was riding about, and people started laughing at him and pointing at him because he wanted everybody to see this most beautiful clothes that was like woven and or just thread and made, but there was nothing there. There was nothing there. The emperor and his new clothes, you all. This is exactly what that reminds me of. The emperor and his new groove, you all. The emperor and his new groove. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's based on the book, The Emperor's New Clothes. It is a folklore. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It's a folk tale written by a Danish author about a vain emperor who gets exposed before his subjects. In 1837. In 1837, you all. Look at this. So two swindlers. Let me talk about this emperor and his new clothes. They were virtual. They didn't exist. He had virtual clothes, if you're just tuning in. The emperor and his new clothes. You all, we got to hear about story time with Gina. Two swindlers arrive at the capital city of an emperor who spends lavishly on clothing at the expense of state matters. Posing as weavers, they offer to supply him with magnificent clothes that are invisible to those who are stupid or incompetent. The emperor hires them, and they set up looms to go to work. A succession of officials and the emperor himself visit them to check their progress. Each sees that the looms are empty, but they pretend otherwise to avoid being thought of as a fool. Finally, the weavers report that the emperor's suit is finished. They mimic dressing him, and he sets off in a procession before the whole city. The townsfolk uncomfortably go along with the pretense, not wanting to appear inept or stupid, until a child blurts out that the emperor is not wearing anything at all. The people then realize that everyone has been fooled. Although startled, the emperor continues the procession, walking more proudly than ever. This is what it reminds me of, you all. That's what it reminds me of. He has no clothes on, and he's walking around. You can see him in the center. He's walking around. He bought stuff. He paid for stuff that did not even exist, and everybody went along with it. Everybody went along with it, you all. This is exactly what it reminds me of. The virtual merchandise, virtual furniture. If you would come to me and you got all this money wrapped up in your virtual world and say, Gina, honey, I would like to trade some of my virtual stuff for your physical thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to look at you and say, no, I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. You have nothing tangible whatsoever. Zilcho, you all. No, see, this is really, it's wild. It's wild. We got virtual stuff, you all. The emperor's new clothes is what it reminds me of. And I'm not going to go on very long because I got to get outside and I got to finish working in my physical raspberry garden over there, which I'm clearing the weeds out. It's a physical garden. It's not farmland, but it's a physical garden that I'm working at, you all. Really, it is a physical garden. Oh, wow. I really did not know how far this is going, but it's going all the way, you all. This is the emperor. The emperor and his new clothes. He's stark naked. His clothes are invisible, but he thinks that he buys into it. He buys into it, you all. It's so silly. Okay, but that is really where we're going to. We're going to digital currency. We're going to the blockchain. We are. And stores are opening their virtual merchandise and stuff like that. They are. Walmart is doing it. They're not the only company. The block, the retailers are going to e-commerce and stuff like that, you all. Non-fungible tokens and things like that. Bitcoin. Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. You can see right here. They plan to sell virtual goods and create, but they're not the only one. They're not the only one, you all. Look at that. People, you're going to have to put your virtual glasses on in order to see it. And you will be like the emperor and his new clothes, which there were no clothes at all. But see, you got to put this device on in order to see it. You got to go into the metaverse and do it. You do. You have to do it. It will become, and that's not a lie. It will become an important part of everyday life. It will. Crypto will become major payment. They'll accept major payments. So this will be your virtual cart. It'll be a cartoon cart. You can go shopping. I wonder if you'll get physical goods. I really do. I wonder if you will get physical goods in exchange, but you got to buy the virtual goods first before you get the physical goods. I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what. The tulip bulb, the highest price paid for a tulip bulb you want to see right here. The most expensive tulip bulb recipients found were 5,000 guilders, the going rate for a nice house in 1637. But those exorbitant prices were outliers. They only sold to 37 people. The real story behind it. Was it more valuable than gold? Tulips were more valuable than gold. And at the height of the market, the rarest bulbs were worth 6 times a person's annual salary. The bulb prices rose and crashed dramatically and bankrupted the merchants while enriching many others. The tulip trade recovered and is still going strong today. It did happen. I think they got a fungus. I think the tulip economy got a fungus. They got a fungus, I think. Got a fungus. The tulip fire is a fungal disease of tulips cause, whatever. I think that's what happened during the tulip stock market. I think that's what happened, if I can remember. I don't remember. Do you all remember what happened to it? Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's something else. The Dulce market bulb. Who knows? But listen, they previously agreed on the market fell apart while it was not devastating occurrence of the nation's economy, it did undermine social expectations, you all. So just think about this. Walmart is entering in it, and Walmart's not the only place. There are the Gap's entering it, Nike's entering it, Urban Outfitters, Abercrombie and Fish, Ralph Lauren, and many more are entering the virtual thing, and they're filing grants for their virtual space is what's happening. And it's not a conspiracy. Don't think of this as a conspiracy, because it's far from it. It's far from it. It's something that is going on, and it will continue to go on. And there will be people, and there are people who are literally buying as much stuff as they can. And I don't know what's going to happen if everything comes crashing down. Then they're going to be left with nothing. They'll be left with nothing, you all. Just like the emperor and his new clothes. Could you imagine me being on here and I say I bought these most beautiful virtual new clothes and they're invisible, and I'm fooled into thinking, okay, I've got this outfit on like the emperor new clothes, or we're all walking around with these invisible virtual clothes, and we want everybody to see how nice they are, but only special people can see them because they're wise. We're walking around and we don't have no clothes on. Can you imagine that? Really? This is right out of that story right there. The emperor and his new clothes. He got swindled by 2 swindlers. That's right, you all. They're buying the nature water springs. We will rent the clothes and they will drone it to the people. I don't know what they'll do, you all. I have no idea. And be careful who you all listen to. I highly encourage you to use wisdom who you listen to via any type of social media, including me. If it sounds too good to be true, chances are it probably is. And be careful who you listen to, who gives you false hope, because a false hope is no hope at all, with nothing to back it up, no physical nothing. And words are cheap when they're not backed up by whatever else you want to call it. Yeah, just be very, very careful who you all listen to, who you get your information from, even me included. If I don't resonate with your spirit, don't even listen to me. Don't, because I wouldn't listen to you if you wouldn't resonate with my spirit. I'm not going to listen to anybody that doesn't resonate with my spirit. And I would encourage you all, if they don't listen to them. If you've got love at the center of your being, and you're grounded in love, and love is your very life. That's what you have always lived your life, with love centered on the inside of you. Pay attention to that love and let it lead and guide you. Truly. I am going to go. I got to get out to my garden, my physical garden, and try to get my raspberry patch straightened out. I'm going to try to get it straightened out, you all. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, you all. Love you. Let me do this, you all. I can do it. Thank you, Apple Brooks, honey.